High above the skies of Normandy, a real-life reenactment of history. Dozens of parachutists jumping into the battlefields of World War II, as Allied forces did 80 years ago.
A lot of people think this is hard, but it's nothing compared to what those soldiers did on D-Day.
Jim Connell is a retired airborne soldier who was inspired to enlist by the men of D-Day.
They were fully combat loaded. We're jumping with very little gear. I had one small bag. They had weapons, ammunition, rations. It was dark. They were being shot at. I mean, this is a joyride for us compared to what they had.
The 23,000 airborne troops of D-Day were a key part of the operation's success, but their mission was among the riskiest.
More than 11,000 planes spearheading the attack.
They boarded C-47s the night of June 5th, crossing the English Channel under heavy fire, prepared to jump into Nazi-occupied territory and liberate France. Told to expect the unexpected, a navigation error meant the wrong unit was dropped into the town of Saint-Mere-Eglise, and it only got worse.
The principle was to benefit from the element of surprise, but in the case of Saint-Mere-Eglise it didn't happen like that. Fire broke out in the village at around 11 p.m. on June 5th, and so the French and the Germans were wide awake when the first paratroopers popped up in the night sky.
Just 20 men with no tanks, heavy artillery, or fighter jets above battled German forces into the early hours of the morning.
At the end of this very long night, relief, because Saint-Mere-Eglise was temporarily liberated as soon as 4 a.m. Of course, the German soldiers started counterattacking as soon as 9:30 a.m.
But by then, over 100,000 Allied troops were landing on the beaches of Normandy to begin the invasion that would eventually be known as Operation Overlord. Some 73,000 U.S. and Allied troops would be killed in the battle, including 12,000 parachutists.
They were elite soldiers, they were not just infantry soldiers, so losing a third of these elite soldiers was huge.
And thanks to these brave men, the operation would be a success, powering Allies to go on and restore peace in Europe. Saint-Mere-Eglise was the first town to celebrate D-Day, and those commemorations continue some 80 years later. Residents of Normandy and across France come to pay tribute to the American veterans who helped liberate this land from the Nazis. Today, it's a hero's welcome at the center of the town square. A yearly tradition that's even more precious on this 80th anniversary. Nobody here is pretending that these 100-plus-year-old veterans are going to be able to return to the land they liberated for much longer. Many see this as a last chance to say thank you.
I'm very happy to see these young soldiers today. The mother of my wife is on this place on the 6th June 1944.
In Saint-Mere-Eglise, France, I'm Ryan Thompson for Newsnet.